everybody. I'm in a good mood right now because I'm using my fall mug. And if you didn't watch my attic tour video, that's okay. Not a lot of people did. It says Love Fall. And there's a surprise pumpkin at the bottom. It's kind of amazing. I love it so much. I want to say that this was TJ Maxx, maybe, back in, 2017-ish. I don't know what year that was. But it's Harvest Green Studio. Designed in England. Okay. Inspired. Listen, I was inspired by Zoe Sugg here on YouTube because she uses a lot of these style of mugs and stuff. And I saw this and I was like, that's a Zoe mug. I don't remember there's actually a designer in England who I started following, and now I don't remember what her name is, so that's uncomfortable. I'm sorry. But Emma Bridgewater, that's her name. It's Emma Bridgewater. And she designs mugs really similar to this. And this is just my happy, cozy fall mug. I also have a little pumpkin one. And yes, I do have pumpkin spice coffee in here. Yes, I do. I have a pumpkin one. It's a little pumpkin mug. And it's super cute. But my mom is using that this morning. She is watching my baby so that I may begin to film. So it has been 1 week since you last saw me, perhaps. Unless you saw the short that I uploaded. That was actually almost going to be a video, and it didn't go quite to plan. So I was like, you know what? This is a short, and it's the great thing about it was that it was completely natural. There was nothing planned about that. It just happened that way. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You need to go check it out because it was a comedy. Let's just say it. So, here we go. I need desperately to do a little bit of a trim on my hair situation. So here we go. We're going to just trim it. So hopefully my mom turns that show down in there so I don't have to scream over it. But maybe it's better if I scream over it so you can hear me. I don't usually like using these things because I always feel like I'm going to cut myself. It feels like one of those old-timey things. Like a straight razor. That's what it feels like. Like I'm Sweeney Todd. I don't even really know that story, but that's what I feel like. So, but it works so freaking well. I've used, I don't know if I did it on video, or I don't remember if I used this guy. Did I talk about this guy? This is one that I got at Ollie's, but I have another one. But it's just, and you just shaved your mustache and stuff. Hey, if you're in perimenopause, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're not, and you're sitting there judging me right now, don't, because it's coming for you too. The lip hair and everything. Speaking of which, I actually do need to freshen up a little bit, so don't mind me. Yeah, it's just like this. And there's a little light on it, which is unfortunate. I mean, you can see everything. So, yeah, it's kind of great. So how are you? What has been going on in your life this past week? What have you been up to? Have you started decorating for fall? I did, actually. I finally started decorating because I kind of tricked myself into doing it because I was like, Mom, I really need to go upstairs to the attic and get, bring these because I had disassembled a couple clothing racks and I needed them put up in the attic. And then sorry, I have to pause this for a second. Hang on. Okay, so anyway, I had to ask my mom to turn the TV down. I felt like I was screaming. So anyway, so it went up in the attic. I kind of tricked myself because I was like, I'm going to bring all this stuff up to the attic and put it up there because I really need to. I need to like declutter and stuff. And I actually didn't end up bringing the stuff up there at all. I just got really excited. I just went up there to look at fall stuff. And then I was like, Mom, you can like shop my fall stash, you know, like you can literally take some of this stuff home because I have too much of it. And so we got her a tote and I was like, put stuff in it. I was like, let me just like grab some of these things to bring downstairs. So I ended up bringing some of my fall stuff down. It's not everything. So in like next week's video, you know, if you end up seeing my living room and stuff, I have literally just taken the bare minimum because, I don't know. Like I want fall stuff. I want to see it. I want to experience it, but I don't want to be overwhelmed by it, you know, because that can happen. So I have this little guy. I can't find my headband that I normally wear, but this is just going to serve the purpose that I need it to serve. This is like second day, halfway kind of straightened hair. So this is not like, you'll see it when it's down, but right now it's just going to be back. And my skin is not looking cute right now because I'm a couple days from my period. So it's just looking the way that it looks, and we're gonna be okay with that. But I am gonna get ready for no other reason besides these videos do really well. I'm joking, but like halfway not joking because they actually do. I was looking at my analytics. I have analytics. Excuse me. And I was checking them out and I was seeing like, you know, what do you all like to see me do? And get ready with me, which actually I feel that wholeheartedly because I'm the exact same way. I love a get ready with me video because I love being able to sit there and feel like I'm talking to the other person, like we're having a conversation while we're getting ready. I grew up in a house of all women, my mom and two sisters. So we got ready together and we talked to each other and we shared makeup, and you know, this is like what we're doing. If you didn't grow up in that environment, then I'm sorry that you missed out, but this is for you. I'm your sister. I'm your big sister, very likely, because a lot of you are younger than me. So I'm your big sister. Bring it in. I've got some really good stuff, some gems to teach you. Anyway, so we're going to do this. I do not start with the foundation on my face. I couldn't tell you why. But it's like I saw people doing that when I first started watching makeup tutorials. Like they were putting the foundation on their brush. Or sorry. They were putting the foundation on their face and then spreading it with their brush or whatever before beauty blenders were even a thing. And I was like, why are you doing that? Like, I feel like that just globs it in one space and then you're spending all your time trying to blend it. If you put it on your applicator first, like, you know, then you can kind of dot it around how you want. And it blends so much faster. I don't know. Maybe it's the artist in me. But when when you're painting, think about it this way. Think about your face as like the canvas, okay? And when you're painting, you don't put the paint on the canvas from the tube. You put it on the brush, and then you put it on the canvas, right? The logic is sound, and I'm just bringing the logic to you. So put it on your brush or your sponge or whatever you decide to use. So, I am in the fall mood right now. I am feeling it. I really, really needed it. And I think we all need it right now. We all just need a refresh. We need crisp, cool air. Just blowing in and like wiping things clean and like burnt leaves. And oh my gosh, my husband built a bonfire. Like, no, sorry, that didn't even sound right. Not a bonfire. It's a fire pit. He built a fire pit in our backyard. He'd been wanting to do that for a long time. And he finally was able to do that last year. And we spent so much time. My nose always runs when I'm hitting it with the sponge. But we spent so much time like playing with the fire pit that it was just like, why haven't we been doing this the whole time? This is just a crime against humanity. We should have been using this because it's so much fun and it's so cozy, and we can have people over. Like for Halloween, we had the fire pit on in the backyard, and we were all like sitting around it, and like people, because we don't have a fence up yet, but that is coming soon. We're gonna have a fence in our backyard, so my baby can just like run around and stuff. But people be like driving by and stuff, and then they could like see through the bushes, you know, they could see us like huddled around a fire on Halloween night, and it was like, it was cool. But we had a bunch of kids running around, so it wasn't like we were doing anything nefarious, you know. But it was just cool, man. And we are probably not gonna do like a big old Halloween party this year, just because it's a lot of work, and it's just a lot of making sure everybody's okay and having a good time. Then it's just stressful, and we don't want to be stressed. We want to have a good time. But people are probably going to come over anyway. They usually do. And we have an okay neighborhood for trick-or-treating. But you really have to be brave. Like, you have to be unafraid to, like, go up to people's houses that you don't know. Because, like, we took our baby trick-or-treating last year. She was 10 months old. And she was so amazing, and she did so well, but there was nobody like actually participating, and it was so heartbreaking. Like, I know that trunk or treats are great, okay? Trunk or treats are great, and people love them for what they are. It's just when they happen on Halloween, then nobody comes trick-or-treating. And like, I grew up, you know, in a very conservative home, and like, we did things with our church and stuff, but we also did trick-or-treating. And so you can do both. Like, trick-or-treating in and of itself is just so sweet and innocent, and it's just like, I don't know, it was just a big part of my childhood, and it's something that I was excited to get to share with my child one day, and now it's like it's gone. I have to drink this before it gets cold. I'm sorry if you heard that swallow, but it's so good. Yeah, that I could just go off about that. It makes me so sad that trick-or-treating is like going away. What do you think? Like, do you miss trick-or-treating? Do you still take your children trick-or-treating? Like, is it a thing where you live? Because it's quickly going away in our area. There's just nobody willing to do it anymore. In fact, one of the people that the houses that we knocked on, to be fair, we didn't know the lady, but that's in the tradition of trick-or-treating. You don't know the person. But nobody was like decorating for Halloween, so it wasn't like we were only going to go to the houses that someone had decorated, because nobody had decorated. So I was like, well, let's just see. And we knocked on the door, and she looked at us like we had 3 heads, and she was just like, I don't do trick-or-treating, and I'm about to leave. I'm like, sorry. And then we went to a neighbor's house that we actually know, and they were really sweet, and they were, you know, like loving on our baby and everything, but they are Jehovah's Witness, and they don't celebrate any kind of holidays. And so I was like, okay, all right. We're off to a great start here. We have some cousins down the street, and we were going to go see them to trick-or-treat. But they were on their way out. So I don't know if they were going to go trick-or-treat in another neighborhood, or family, or a trunk or treat, or whatever. So we just did not have a lot of luck last year. And I don't know if we're going to have a lot of luck this year either. Especially since our daughter is walking, I want her to be able to like walk up to a door, you know? So we may have to just take her to families' houses. We did take her last year to my Zach's. That's my husband's name, by the way. Huh, husband's name reveal. My husband. His grandmother's house. We took her there last year. And it was great, and it was a cute little visit and stuff, and she gave her candy and everything. She was 95 last year. And she is just great. But yeah, I think that we will probably have to do that. You know, take her to my mom's house if my mom's not already over here, which she probably will be, because we always have her over here. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the plan is, man. So I've been watching a lot of like shopping videos of like places that have Halloween things, you know? And I need to hit up Home Depot. I need to hit up Home Depot because they seem to be the place. Like, Lowe's is trying. They're not quite hitting it, you know what I'm saying? Where do you go for your Halloween decor or fall decor? I mean, Hobby Lobby obviously is like the place to go for fall decor. If you shop at Hobby Lobby, which I do, it's the place to go. But it is a little bit pricey, so it's like, you know, you get like an item or two. It's not like you can decorate your whole house from Hobby Lobby in one season. Like, you have to break it up unless you are in a different tax bracket than I am. But that was another reason I was like purging out some of my fall stuff, because I'm like, I need to make room for these new things that I don't need. So yeah, if you're wondering what I'm getting ready for, it is basically nothing. But we have to pick up our vehicle from the shop. We have been having some car trouble lately, and we've got to pick it up from the shop. So on my husband's lunch break, we are going to pop down there and get it. Super exciting, but it's his lunch break, and there is a chance, a small, minuscule chance, we may go into someplace. And, you know, when you are a stay-at-home parent, you just want to find every opportunity possible to, like, be a human and look like a human. Not to say that my natural face isn't human. It's just as human as anybody else's face, but I feel like more like myself when I have makeup on. It just feels like me, you know? So, is that weird? Am I alone in that? Or am I just a typical millennial? Because I think that's just how we were raised, you know? We were raised wearing makeup, and if you don't have makeup on, you're never fully dressed without your makeup on. That's how my grandma raised us anyway. It was like, you gotta put your face on, you know? That's the real tea. That's the real coffee. So, we are moving right along. I picked this up. Oh, I got a new one of these, okay? She's fresh. She's beautiful. Okay, this is my Kita Beauty tried and true. Love her so much. Perfect for cool skin tones like mine. These are the, like, hang on. This one looks really rough because I used it for, like, costume makeup. But it comes with, like, a really pretty brush. The newest brush that they sent me, though, is not as cute. Let me see if I can find it. It's in here somewhere. But it's not quite as pretty as the other ones that they used to send. But, you know, it does the job. I'm not finding it. Anyway, it, there's one that's clean. But it comes with a brush, put it that way. And I love it. I love it so much. It's a great product. And then I was dumb and I was like, I think I need a bronzer. Do I need a bronzer? Moving into the cool months and out of summer, I think I need a bronzer. The logic isn't there. But I kind of like it. It's just a little bit red on my skin tone. You can't really tell. I don't know if you can tell by the lighting in here or like my face or whatever. But I have cool tone skin, but it's slightly bluish. So it's like not pink cool tone, blue cool toned. Like Anne Hathaway. I don't look like Anne Hathaway, but my skin is very similar in tone to hers. So if you look at her in some lighting and stuff, her skin literally looks blue, and that is me, which is very, very difficult to match with makeup. And that's why I'm using taupe, which is like almost gray, as a contour, because contours are supposed to be kind of cooler toned because it's supposed to be like a shadow, which is, shadows are gray, but especially if you have bluish toned skin, the shadows on your face are quite literally blue. And so the closest you can get to that, the better, There were a lot of other things that I had planned on talking about. I'm not making a script. I'm not following a script, so I'm probably going to forget stuff. So it's fine. We'll just pick it up next week and we'll talk about some things. I'm just trying to remember if there were things that I meant to talk about before, and I was like, oh, I'll talk about that in my next video. I don't remember. I'm just winging this, you guys. So I feel like I need to say something profound. I got nothing. Did that do anything? Do you see a difference? I have a very round face, and I make no apologies for it at all. When I do this, I don't know why I do it. It's like I have to pull my hair. I'm pulling my hairline back. I think it's because I have wrinkles and I'm like trying to smooth them out as best I can so that this goes on smoothly. Otherwise I feel like it just like sits on top of them. And maybe you don't think I have wrinkles because I don't have as many as some other people my age, but I do 100% have wrinkles. I have more than some other people my age as well. I am somewhere in between, and they're there. They're there, and they also make no apologies. So, yeah, I always feel like I have to pull the wrinkling back. See, there's like fine lines and wrinkles and texture. And when people say texture, what are they talking about? They are talking about those little bumps. I forget what they're called, but they're the little bumps on your face. Mine happen a lot on my forehead, but some people get them in other places. Gotta do the neck. But it's just literally like little hard bumps. And I started using, I think it's Paula's Choice. It has some salicylic acid in it, but it's like BHA or something like that. And it was like highly recommended. I don't highly recommend it because it kind of worked for like a minute, and then it did not work. Then it was like I was getting more of them, and people are like, well, that's the purging. And I'm like, what's the purging supposed to last for 3 weeks? Because it's just like constant new little bumps in places I normally didn't get them. And I'm like, if it's supposed to get rid of them, why is it causing them? That wasn't adding up. So I'll stop that. Cold turkey. I don't need to use the monitor screen, my camera, my phone as a mirror. That's not gonna help me at all. I think this is gonna be like a fall look, you know. At first it was, you know, it always starts with like, I'm doing minimal makeup. But if I have time, I'm not doing minimal. I'm going all out. But I'm not going to go all out. I literally do not have time for that. Because that's insanity. I mean, I used to take like 2 hours just sitting in front of the mirror. The absolute vanity of it all. Quite literally. I mean, I'm sitting in front of my vanity, but just like staring at myself for that long. Who's doing that? I'm not doing that anymore. Coffee. So what are you, I already asked what you were doing today. I'm not editing this. Did I tell you that already? This isn't edited. If this is your first time seeing me, you are getting everything raw. The only time I did edit was I paused it for a second so that I could yell at my mom and tell her to turn the TV down. I didn't yell at her. I didn't yell at my mom. I hollered into the other room and said, hey, can you turn that down? I'm filming. Whew. So this is ancient Jaclyn Hill. Ancient Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. Do I care? Not really. Not really, I do not. So I could go in with what I typically go in with, which is, it's called Shh. Shh. I could do that. But I did that last time. Why do I feel the need to change it? I don't know, because you're watching this again and you don't want to see the same thing again. That's what I do every day, though. We could try something different. I've got other makeup palettes, but I don't like to do different things. I like only same, no different. This is also ancient, and you can tell by the way that it is. It's dirty. It's worn. It's used. Some more than others. And I do the illegal thing. I fold it over because it's mine and I can do what I want. But, you know, there are shades in here that I've used quite a bit more than others. And I'm thinking today, it's another one that I've used way more than others. And that is Rustic. It's right there. And it's been used a lot because it is a nice, kind of warm, kind of autumnal color. So we're just going to go in with it. Now, this one has a tendency to make me look real bad if I'm not careful with it. If I go way too hard on this, because it has such an orangey tone, it can really bring out the blue in my skin. So I've got to do just a little bit and blend it to high heaven. And then it looks all right, you know, because the orangey tones help bring out like the blue in my eyes. My eyes are not blue. They're kind of gray, kind of green, kind of blue in some lighting. They are, I have central heterochromia, and it's so they're like kind of a bluish green gray on the outside, and then there's like a dark blue ring around it's the limbal ring. So that was way too much, golly. The limbal ring is like a dark blue, and then in the very center around my pupil is like a golden brown. So it's, yeah, there's a lot of colors going on in there, but all of those together mean that you never really know what my eye color is. See, this eye was looking real good, and now I have to add more and take away some from the other one, and just to make them balanced. It's a whole freaking thing. So look at this right here. This one right here, it's almost gone because I almost always over apply. So then I'll just kind of balance it out as much as I can with this like really light creamy color on the brow bone. I used to be really technical about how I applied things. Sorry, there's a reminder on my phone. But I used to be really technical about how I applied things. And I was like, it has to be perfect. People are going to come at me with a magnifying glass and make sure that my makeup is perfect. And I would leave the house thinking that my makeup looked like crap. And people were like, your makeup is stunning. It's perfection. And I'm like, no, there's so many flaws. And they're like, where? So my advice to you is don't do your makeup using the magnifying mirror because nobody is getting that close to your face. If they see it from a bit of a distance, which is how far they should be standing from you, and they say it looks good, it looks good. Simple as that. And see, I was being really critical of other people's makeup during all that because I was like, I can see the little glob of mascara you still have on that one eyelash. Who gives a flying fig? Nobody cares about that. So then I just go in with the same thing. Hold up. There was lint on my brush. But I just go in with the same, this one, the rustic color. And I'm using that as a mirror again. Also, we've been filming for half an hour. Ooh, girl. If you stuck around this long, which most of you do not, I think my watch rate or whatever is, people will watch for, 4 minutes on average. But, to be fair, they don't know me. Even if, actually, I think the ones that don't watch as long do know me. I think that's like my literal family, and they're like, I see her all the time. I don't want to watch her on here. So, like, technically it counts as a watch because you clicked on it. If you don't watch it for very long, I know you didn't. Actually, no, I don't know who watched for a long time and who didn't. I'm starting to understand why people edit their videos. How can you just keep going? I don't know, but we're going to move into mascara and lip product. I didn't put anything on my lips in the other one. Or did I do 2? Did I do 2 Get Ready With Me? I can't keep track. I don't know what I did. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'm going to do a little trick that I learned from somewhere. I don't know where I learned this. But you just take that lighter shade, whatever lighter shade you want, really. It doesn't matter. Just take a little bit of that, and then you just sweep it like this underneath. And then you don't have to do like that tape method, you know? I mean, you blend it real good, and it's just like, you know? Oh, it's great. It's great. It's a nice little trick to lift your eyes. So, I always need more on this under eye because I have this little dark spot right here, which we're going to hope and pray doesn't turn into anything one day. So, yeah, no, that's just kind of cleaned that up a bit and given me some lift, you know? And you just blend it out real good. Love it. Love that for me. So that is a nice way to make your makeup look really nice and like snatched. You know what I'm saying? So here we go in with the mascara face. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You had to see that. I'm so sorry. I think we're okay. I'm not gonna show you that again. So, how's it going? Are you still with me? Are you listening? Are you watching? Because if you're watching, I'm sure you're being thoroughly entertained at the moment. I could pause the video and come back, but I'm not going to do that. So, there we go. Oh, wow. There's one done. Okay, we're safe. Yeah, this mascara is great, and I keep using the monitor as a mirror, which is not great. There's not much else I can talk about. I'm just basically finishing my makeup at this point. I do have a cute outfit on, but making the transition to standing, where I have my phone like currently set up, and then like taking it to the mirror, I can't be bothered. I'm not going to do 2 coats on this because I don't feel like having my lashes be clumpy today. So, lip product. I could use this. Now, I just got this from the Dollar Tree, and it's like trying to, I'm sorry, I have to make sure that I'm not doing things. So I think it's supposed to like be a dupe for something. I couldn't tell you, but it's Le Mercury. I don't know. It's a lip stain. Very autumnal. It's very dark. And I could do that, but I'm afraid of that, to be honest with you. My daughter has stolen my lipstick. I'm just now realizing that it's gone. She's stolen it. So we may have to just go in with it. Let's just go in with it. Let's just do it. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it, right? God. It's fine. And it's actually really pretty. It's just a lot. That's all I'm doing. Because you'll see. See what I mean? I don't dare try to spread that with the applicator, because I would look like a freaking clown. It's so intense. So I have somewhat full lips, as you can see. So I'm able to spread that with my finger. If you're not able to thread with your finger, a Q-tip works just fine. But I like that kind of like stained look, you know. It's not too much. And actually this goes well with the makeup. I think this is a good look. And I have nothing to wipe my finger on. I have no tissues. I ain't got nothing. I got this makeup thing, brush cleaner. You know, hey, you just use what you got. That's what I say. Use what you got. I think this is the finished makeup look. Let me take my hair down. I don't know what it's going to look like because I've slept on it like this. I don't know. This is going to be a surprise for all of us. I do want to show you guys, like, I have this really cool hairstyling tool. And I want to show you, like, what it do. So maybe that will happen in next week's video. Who knows? Who knows? It's not bad. I think I may have to straighten some parts, but this is the look. Hang on, let me like make it look right, because it doesn't look right. We're not going for that like hardcore part over on the side. We're just not doing that today or ever again, because we're old, but we're not that old, right? Like we're kind of doing the sort of center part, not really center part. Is that what everybody's doing right now? Oh, tell me. So there's the makeup look with the hair. What do you think? Don't look at my bed. I said, do not look at my bed. My God. relentless. I think it's pretty good. I think it's very autumnal. Here, let me change the lighting a little bit because this, I'm able to change the lighting on here. Ooh, I should have been filming like that the whole time. See, like that's better. That's better. That's more warm. You know, that's like thumbnail ready, right? Right? Hey. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sitting here for 40 minutes. These get ready with me's are just going to be longer because there's just a lot more to do. There's the talking, there's the makeup, there's all of it. So thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for keeping me company and listening to every time I mess up my words and appreciating that I don't edit. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you next week with another video.